everyone, welcome to this D&D Oxventure. I am CDB, aka Corazon de Baena, the human pirate rogue.
I am Egbert, the Dragonborn Paladin. That's my new thing.
I'm Dob, the half-orc bard. Spell slots? No. Spells? ? Lots! !
I'm Prudence the Tiefling Warlock, and Egbert already took the finger guns, so now I don't know what to do with my hands. Apart from Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
And I am Merylwen the Wood Elf Druid, and I sometimes turn into animals. Meow.
Ah, yes. The international sign of little cats.
Is that the bear?
Meow, meow. No, a bear is...
Oh, gosh.
Fair enough.
Druidcraft, hey.
Wow. Did you just say bear enough, Egbert?
No, I didn't, but you can imagine I did if you like.
Well, that's a sign of the times. I'm literally everyone else in the world.
Yay!
And Prudence has just quaffed a goblet full of a mysterious, powerful juice. On this instance,
Yum,
the
yum,
magic,
yum,
mystical mystery liquid did not harm you.
Which spell will you be choosing?
My new spell is Banish. I can banish anyone I like, anything I want.
No. Prudence, you've always liked me, right?
Prudence, if you banish me, you have to send Egbert with me for company.
Yeah. Stop baiting Tumblr, you two.
That makes it sound like a kind of like 7 minutes in heaven sort of situation.
It's a timeout situation, yeah. Go and make out in another dimension for
7
60
minutes
seconds.
in banishment.
In Prudence's make-out dimension.
Oh, wow. But after Prudence had a drink of the old magic sort of Gatorade, the orb went for a wander, got into the font, and just drank in all of the power to itself, and then basically a bunch of tiny little squares popped up on its surface.
Prudence, are you okay?
You are unfrozen, in fact.
Waggle your eyebrows if you can talk.
Oh, smooth. Oh, how's it going?
So, funny story, an orb came out of your
Oh.
backpack. Have you had an orb this whole time?
Don't you remember? The demonic Pokeball.
I remember.
Oh yeah,
The
Demonic
orb.
Pokeball.
Yeah, the one
the
I
same
stole
thing.
from the treasury.
It's hard to
where
forget.
Victor
Pretty traumatic.
Dietrich had that party. And now, look at it, it's all puzzly.
Is it
Can
bad?
Can I sneak up, just sneak up on the orb like this?
Don't put your mouth on it, Dob.
I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to lick it. Why do you always assume Dob's going to lick it?
Experience.
That's fair.
Be honest with me, are you going to lick it?
Well, looking at my roll, I think, yes, I am going to lick it, Johnny.
Just rub a little on your gums.
I'm just going to look at it and go, yes, maybe some of these runes are familiar. And then I'm going to do a like a theatrical cough, and while covering my mouth, I'm just going to dart my tongue out. I have learned the secret of the orb.
The glow from the font after it was absorbed started basically the ball started glowing a weird purple colour, which you would expect to taste like grape, but it doesn't. It tastes like blue raspberry.
Fakest of all the flavours.
And as you sort of as you mlemmed the orb, you did feel sort of one of the buttons sort of shift a little bit. It does seem that some of these buttons can and indeed are designed to be pressed.
Stand back, everyone. I was president of Puzzle Sock at Lord Potionton's Academy for Potion Little Lords. I will easily solve this puzzle. I say, striding up to
Puzzle
the
Sock?
Yeah, Puzzle Sock.
I've just been watching Seal Gaiman just circling and circling, and I quietly step forward and I cast Speak with Animals. Seal Gaiman, Seal.
What?
Hey, Victor? It's
Yes.
Victor, I believe? Hi.
Yes.
He remembers his human name. That's nice.
It's his
You
only
can't hear
name.
this, Dob.
It doesn't have a seal name. It's not supposed to be a seal. It's a horrifying act. It's a transgression. It's against nature.
Yes.
The purple cow god.
Okay, you seem quite excited by the orb.
I found that thing on one of my many travels, which I mentioned to Egbert, which is shortly before he smashed me in the face repeatedly with a mace before I became a seal.
Wait, what? Egbert, what did... Okay. How many times did it take you, Egbert?
Did Egbert not tell you that I was once a man?
I'm not sure he ever did.
I don't know whether he did actually, no.
Okay, well,
We just sort of never talked about it. One of those things.
He just turned up with a seal. It didn't seem out of character for him.
He was like,
That's
I've
what
made a
happened to
friend.
Victor Dietrich.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
He was a nice guy.
Hang on. No, he went for an alarm button. Let's be honest.
Well,
Because people
people
were robbing his
People were
museum.
robbing him.
Yeah, you guys
Oh
were.
yeah, sorry, that was us.
That was us.
We're
Technically,
incredibly
this is
sorry.
All you
And then Egbert did a jazz virtuoso solo on him until he became a seal.
Yeah.
We cut back in.
It's like the ending of Whiplash.
I'll admit I was furious. I was livid. To be honest with you, I quite like being a seal.
That's convenient.
Nobody talks to me, so I don't have to make idle chit chat. I can just yell whenever I want. Ah!
Oh, shut that seal up! I'm trying to solve this puzzle box.
See, not even telling me off directly. It's amazing. But
I'm stood by Corazon and say, look, I think the thing we should do is just press a button at random. Let me just select one right now.
Oh, Dob, no,
Okey-dokey.
I've got to start all over again. I had a system.
I was hoping Seal Gaiman would. I thought he might know.
You thought you might get a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or does it have any markings on it? It's got buttons. Does it have any labels or
it's
etchings?
got sort of runes on it. But they're all just individual letters. You're not, and some of them are repeated. Some of them are accented. You're not entirely sure.
I've managed to spell butt. Is that any good? Is that anything?
All right, I'm going to say this as if it was all my idea. Wait a minute, we got this orb from that fellow's museum. What was his name?
Oh, Dietrich.
If we could only find wherever
Guys.
Dietrich is,
Yes.
I mean, he must be
Guys.
miles away by now.
Guys.
Well, we'll have to undertake an epic quest to find him. Provision yourself well,
Guys.
friends.
What?
I said shut that seal up!
Guys, this is Victor. This is the guy that owned the museum.
What?
What?
Yeah, this is
Say
good.
what?
He sort of blubbers round in a dramatic reveal.
Oh my god. Now that I examine his features more closely.
They're so
Yes.
Dietrichian.
Yes. I boop his nose.
Can't you see it now?
That's it.
Wasn't it always there right in front of your
The
face?
eyebrows are the same.
Egbert, what did you
Yes?
do?
I may have made Victor Dietrich into a seal. It's fine.
Merylwen, ask
He loves
this
it.
seal what the orb was.
I don't really know what the orb is. I found it on an adventure in the middle of a crater. It looked like it crashed into a mountainside and took rather a big chunk out of the thing.
So
Right,
it's
okay.
alien in origin.
Where was
He
this?
doesn't know what it is, so it's either alien or has been shot out from somewhere else on Earth and on Geth and
I line up the letters alien because I'm not very good at spelling. Stat?
You line it up and there's a sense of connection. At the very top of the orb raises ever so slightly and starts to glow softly in a sort of waxing and waning light.
Guys, it's doing something. So I'd like to just sort of put it down on the plinth.
About 10 seconds after you put it down, the light kind of glows again and then kind of like it starts to release tiny little particles.
I'm glad
They're
that
like
wasn't in my
little,
mouth.
little glowing motes of light. And they form these sort of triangular, almost cone-like, a single triangular cone-like shape that has sort of like almost rifling on the outside of it, sort of spiral-like. That image divides and then it splits off again, so there are three of these sort of objects. And it reveals this object and then suddenly it kind of rushes outwards and you see that it is being held in the bottom of a tower. You know exactly what this is, Dob.
And I'm not telling.
Egbert and Merylwen, you're not sure what this is.
I'm feeding Seal Game and a Scotch egg for being such a good boy.
He's having a great time. Dob, Prudence, and Corazon, you all recognise this as the most famous prison in all of Geth. This is Alcatraz, the island of no escape. When you go in there, you don't come out. It is a prison solely for life sentences. And depending on where you are in Geth, you can be sent to them for the most heinous of crimes. So, I mean, certainly in some jurisdictions, you would all be lifers by now, based on the things that you've done.
And that's fair.
Yeah, it contains a lot of people who are in there for, things like littering or loitering.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
The
Because
worst
this-
kind of scum imaginable.
It is owned by a family. It's privately owned. Effectively, they have made incarceration into profit. And so
Surely not.
I know. It's owned by a family known as the Astor family, and they are infamous for giving bribes to lawmakers and judges across Gath to put people away for life. It's used to frighten children at night. So if you don't go to bed and behave right now, you'll end up in Alcatraz. So the main tower is the prison itself. The other tower is the guards' quarters. The only way in is by air. Airships come every so often. It looks like, for some reason or other, whatever this object is that the orb is showing you is contained therein. The orb then kind of like it shows you this island, and it spins around for a bit, and then the motes kind of dim and just get sucked back into the orb. That button closes, and then with a kind of like hiss, 3 apertures open up.
It's a bowling ball,
on
I
the
knew
orb
it.
itself.
So
It's a bowling ball.
well,
They're on opposite sides. You can have inspiration for that. And also, Corazon, I meant to give you inspiration for the posh school for posh kids.
Lord Poshington's Academy.
Yes, sorry.
It's a very serious school. Very well in the league tables. So the cone things go in the holes, right? That's
Yeah.
Oh, so they're
So-
keys. And everyone else saw that. That's what's the name of that prison island? Tip of my
Alcatraz.
tongue.
Alcatraz.
Prison
Alcatraz.
Island? What?
I say, oh, let me tell you all about Alcatraz, and then in square brackets is everything Johnny just said.
Wow. Yeah, sorry. Those
described
stories
it so
never reached
vividly,
us in
Dom.
the woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
well,
you need to swear quite so much?
I've got a flair for a theatrical description. What can I say? Okay, so it seems like this orb is telling us that it is not whole, that it wants to be complete again, and that we need to find the bits to complete it.
Yes, but
And that one of the bits is in Alcatraz, so we should break in like anti-criminals, or I suppose it's criminal, and get it.
How can it be a crime to put yourself in prison? That's
Yes,
not possible.
Egbert's right.
it's the
Checkmate.
opposite of a crime.
It's the opposite of a crime.
You should get to do one free crime if you put yourself in prison.
Yeah.
Okay, several things. One, no one gets out of Alcatraz. Famously, it's an unescapable prison. Should we?
But we're
do
trying
what
to
this-
get in.
Yeah, but then after we are in, we then have to get out.
Damn it, you're
Unless
right.
it's not.
Corazon, you're always 2 steps ahead. That's what I like about you.
But also, why should we do what this orb tells us to?
Because look at it. Look at it. Look at its little face.
What about if we bring about the end times? If this is some kind of doomsday orb?
I hold it up, and now Corazon notices that the holes in the orb do, in fact, look a little bit like a sad face when all put together. It's missing its bits.
It's a bloody doomsday orb, maybe, I say.
I say we hurry that
Don't,
up.
Hurry
don't,
up.
don't you want the doomsday orb to be on your side when it becomes whole and tries to end the world?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Good point.
Don't
I'm
you
with
want it to owe you a
Prudence.
favour when it tries to end the world?
Can I do an Arcana check on this thing and just?
Yeah.
All right, but
Whoa,
safely
whoa,
eject
whoa.
it first.
If anyone's going to do an Arcana check on this orb, I
Well, you
race
don't appear
Corazon.
to be doing an Arcana check on this thing.
All right.
Go ahead.
You can both do
All
it.
right. No, you go ahead. All right, Arcana. Oh. I rolled a 1.
Orb. Prudence one open orb. Like
Yeah.
ball magic. Prudence,
Prudence
one
1
in.
open orb. Orb open for Prudence.
That's cool.
Dob is sort of pacing back and forth and racking his brains to try and remember where the nearest airship station to Alcatraz is.
Are we going to get aboard of some sort of prison bus?
Well, we should get
convicts.
there are supplies
Some
ones
sort
as well,
of con
right?
airship.
We could get ourselves sent there for like littering.
That's a different Nicolas Cage movie.
But they might take all our stuff.
But we'll be kings in there.
Whoa,
As
whoa, whoa, we
all
should-
of us are very powerful magic users. But hang on, we still haven't addressed the central problem I have with
Oh,
this
damn.
team.
You think,
What else have you
Corazon?
got on?
Why this? I point at the
Doesn't
orb's
sound
sad
important
face
to me.
again, as if nothing more needs to be said.
Right, before we do any of this,
It's missing its bit.
So I'm
Go
going
on
to do an Arcana check and see if it looks weird.
Go for it.
Oh, what if we cast Cone of Truth on the orb and ask it?
Zone of Truth.
Oh, sorry, Zone.
It's not a cone.
It's like you put it over its head.
Yeah.
As if Corazon's going to divine more Arcana magic from this than me, Prudence.
The way to learn more about the orb is to put bits in it. See what it does.
So you're
Okay, well this thing sounds like it could be extraordinarily dangerous if it fell into the wrong hands. I'm not saying we're the right
Wronger
hands.
hands.
Yeah, but also there are people who are definitely wronger than us.
I think if there were people watching this situation play out right now, they would say the Orbis has fallen into the wrong hands and this is extremely dangerous. We could open it up and have all of the magical secrets stored in there.
Yeah.
That's a
and
kind
also
of
a
treasure.
Minotaur.
Yeah, the Minotaur might pop out. And do you remember I punched him right in the area?
I believe the Minotaur going into the orb was compared to the Ballad of Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, it all got minced. It
Oh,
got minced
yeah.
on the way in.
Yeah.
So
But it might get unminced on the way out. That's
got
how magic can
extruded.
work.
It got
Probably
fragmented.
Minotaur.
Extrudence, your lesser known cousin.
Let's go along with this plan, but I really
Yeah,
think we
don't you
should
want
try
to
and
unlock
find out.
ancient magical secrets?
I'm already the best at magic, though. I mean, how much better could I...
You could be more magical. There could be new and better forms of Greece in there.
Oh, that's true, I would.
Forgotten to time.
Yep. Big time.
Right,
So,
let's go to prison.
who wants to be the guard?
Sure. Who wants to be the prison guard? Which
I
of
want
us
to
would
ride
be-
on an airship, please.
Corazon wants to be the prison
I would
guard.
like to be the prison guard. The
Same.
town
Yeah,
nearest
but
to the prison is where
we
they will
shouldn't
A,
litter,
recruit
though.
guards from, and B, just arrest people for littering.
Why don't
right?
we just sneak in on a supplies airship, and then if they catch us, we'll get arrested anyway? Kills two birds with one stone, probably. Sort of.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good, yeah.
That's pretty good. Although I still think, also that way we don't have to actually litter, and I do hate littering.
Yeah.
And I think,
And also there'll be snacks on the supply thing. It might not be good. It'll be prison food, but it'll be food.
yeah,
Yeah.
could be good. I still think Corazon should be a guard though in this, in both scenarios. Someone on the inside.
But first we got to get out of this dang dungeon, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we have a guy with us?
Oh yeah. Yeah, where's Bob?
Did you get swallowed by the orb?
Oh,
Did
no.
anyone notice?
Yeah, Bob's still there. He's like,
Oh, whew.
a lot of things you just said there. I
Yeah.
don't really understand any of them.
Bob,
I
you're
mean-
going to jail. You're going away for a long time, Bob.
Is that what you want?
We've loved having you on the team, and you're welcome to become a full-time Oxventurer, but the next thing we're doing is going to the world's worst jail. So,
Okay.
if you are up for that, you are welcome to tag along.
Yeah.
If not, okay, cool.
He's keen,
Bob,
isn't
why are
he?
you inviting Bob?
I didn't think it'd say yes.
He won't last a second in prison.
So,
Corazon.
They'll eat
Nobody
him
wants
alive.
Bob to be in the guild, but he is in the guild now. So,
Why?
do we
It's not-
do
just
we have
tell
to
him
walk
to
back
go
through
home.
the dungeon, or is there sort of a?
Yeah, Bob,
is there a back-
you go back through the dungeon, Bob.
Hey.
Bob, back
Okay.
to the dungeon.
Yeah.
Don't be mean.
All right.
I look around for the lever.
There's a lever. Very obvious.
Cool. I give it a good old yank.
It kind of a section of the wall just kind of comes up in a way that you're like, that's the entranceway. I remember that.
Hey, we should have looked for every. Okay, next time we do this, when we go in, look
Yeah.
for a door. That's it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess we'll travel to the town closest to the prison. Yes?
Sounds great.
Sounds
yeah.
like a plan.
Bob will get killed easily.
Bob,
Hit me with it. Come on. Bob's
the
ready.
bravest Oxventurer in the group, needs
Yeah.
to stay
Yeah.
behind and look after Seal Gaiman. Prison is no place for a sweet seal. Normally, we sort of draw straws, but it's customary to ask, are there any volunteers for this most intrepid and dangerous and
Are you trying to
daring?
get me to volunteer for SEAL duty because you don't want me to come to prison?
I'd never volunteer for SEAL duty. It's
No!
too dangerous and reckless.
But, all right, Bob, I'm on SEAL duty. You go to prison.
Okay, great. Yeah, brilliant. All right. Okay.
I can't stand this awkward conversation, and I volunteer to not be in the Oxventure.
Okay, yeah,
Man,
that sounds
Bob
great.
is so
That doesn't.
Passac, I can't stand it. I'm not
Yeah, well, I mean,
Whoa. All right, Bob, you're with us. Let's go. Let's go.
cool.
I can't sleep on
travel.
Bob and run away.
Is that in a level 1 or a level 2 spell?
No, it's coming out of level 4.
He's in a coma.
As you start to sort of emerge back into the town, I see sort of an elderly lady crossing the road, kind of going along, and then a knife flies just behind her head, and just, and Bob just goes, "Prison!" and like pulls another throwing knife. He's like, "Come on, prison!"
Stop him. Grab him.
All right,
grab his arm.
I do cast sleep on Bob. All right,
What spell slot are you doing this in?
4.
I radically mistook Bob's alignment.
You know how when you put a magnet near a compass,
Yes.
Yes.
the Oxventurers Guild.
Oh.
Right. So it's our fault, is it?
We've been a bad influence.
I got a 32. I actually sent that from a second level spell slot.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Bob's going, "Prison!" and face plants in the dirt.
All right, how about we write a note that says, "Dear Bob, we didn't want to wake you because
You're
you
out
were
of the
sleeping
guild."
so peacefully. We'll see you when we get back from prison. Please
Next
try
10
to
stretch.
Don't kill any old ladies.
don't try and join us in prison, please,
Yeah.
because we might have left by the time you get there, and then we can't get you out.
Then you'll be in prison.
Then you'll be in prison forever."
But hugs and kisses
Nostril.
at the end.
Yeah. Hugs and kisses. Your friends in the guild.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that's taken up 52 of the 60 seconds for which Bob is going to be
Oh,
asleep.
run!
right.
So you now all need
Run from Bob.
We'll
to
run.
hoof it.
We all run around the corner.
cast invisibility
We
on
can't see
myself.
us.
We're all
I'm not going to make you roll
panting,
for
pinned
this.
against the wall around the corner.
You hear him go, "Prisoner!" What? Oh. And then there's sort of a long pregnant pause, which Dob for you is excruciating as you hear him kind of mumbling like, "No, don't try and hugs and kisses."
I've never seen Dob this upset.
Not even when he killed all those orphans.
Yeah.
You hear him walk away, dragging his feet slightly in the dirt.
All right, someone's going to have to stop me from getting him back.
No, Dob,
Right,
no!
I pin Dob's arms to the wall. Let's go to prison.
Oh, Johnny, you weren't kidding about the world leveling up. This is absolutely brutal. Okay.
All right.
We've added passive aggression as a difficulty modifier.
And how?
Is there a stagecoach company? Is there some kind of cool steam train? Some kind of
there's
fantasy
a
steam
Big
train?
cannon.
There's a big cannon.
Can we get fired out of it?
Can we point the cannon
Can
at
we not
where we
take
want
a
to
lovely
go?
stagecoach? Treat ourselves.
For 5
Can
more
I?
gold pieces, it costs 10 to make the journey, but for 5 extra gold pieces, you can hire a stagecoach with a cannon on the roof.
Along the way, we just shoot Egbert out of the cannon, maybe 100 feet, and then when we go that 100 feet, we pick Egbert up, fire
Yeah,
him.
climbs back in the cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
physics experiment where you fire Egbert directly up while we're moving at a steady pace, and he lands back in the
Back
cannon
in
each
the
time.
But yes, you make your way, and you are tired of the constant explosions by the end of the journey, but nonetheless, you arrive at the
I
town
was trying
closest...
to have a long rest,
Oh,
No one got
yeah.
any rest. whatsoever.
but I was
This-
woken every 4 or 5 minutes by a cannon explosion.
We can call that a long rest.
Man, I could have cast grease. And it
Oh,
would
I'm
have come
sorry.
back.
The journey is long enough that you can cast grease and then have a long rest if you really want.
With
Yeah,
a
there you
theatrical
go.
link
Lower
to the
rolling
others, I
resistance.
spray grease all over the stagecoach.
But why? What level
Yeah.
spell slot did you fire grease out of?
Well, I know. Hang on.
It's a very personal question.
If Corazon's going to take a long rest, really, we should get him to fill a bucket.
In case we need grease. Alright, yeah.
Everything we might need further on.
Somebody
then he can
milk
have a long
Corazon,
rest.
please.
I thought it... Does it dissolve like Spider-Man's web? I can't remember.
It's magical, so it probably does. It probably magically dissipates.
I don't think it's
doesn't it?
even biodegradable. I think it's there forever. It's like
Polluted.
Yeah,
plastic
no,
in the
yeah,
ocean.
the
No,
North,
it doesn't
North
disappear,
Pacific.
just, you know.
Oh, okay, the North Pacific grease patch is is the biggest threat to Geth's ecosystem right now. Apart from the carbon emissions from this
From the
stagecoach.
cannons. Yeah. There's a giant hole in the ozone layer now.
But
It's all like
eventually,
Holes that Egbert keeps punching.
Imagine in one of them he just goes slightly too high and just floats off into space.
That's
into
not
asynchronous
canon.
orbit. That's not canon. Not anymore. It's not.
Briefly
Right.
struggling before falling silent and floating away into the infinite blackness.
You eventually arrive at it is it's a market town. It is, to all intents and purposes, a very idyllic place. There's a tavern called the Ship, which is fine. It'll do.
Let's get a table. I'll go up to the bar to order a round of drinks. So, the prison they've got here, are they, do you know if they're hiring guards? I heard it was good, honest work for good, honest pay.
Yeah,
I say,
sure.
or laughing at the words coming out of my mouth.
Go around to the guardhouse. You have to undergo a trial. You have to show that you can shout,
Pretty good at that, yeah.
like you horrible little worm, or shut up, or I'll put you in more prison.
Yeah, extra prison.
Double
You've got
prison.
they've got a test dummy that's sort of curled up on the floor in a fetal position. You've got to beat that senseless.
Yeah. All right, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Tip them for the information as well.
Oh,
Go back to the table with the drinks. I
Oh,
found
what
out
is
how
this?
they're
It's bitter and
Yeah,
Bad.
it's the local brew. It sounds like they're hiring a bunch of guards. Does anyone else want to join me in becoming a guard?
It does
Who's-
sound like guards would have good access to the
Yeah.
cones.
Who's
We
team
maybe-
guard? Who's team prisoner?
Wow.
Team prisoner.
Go team prisoner. Sod it.
Oh, I could be a guard.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah, I'll go for a guard
I could
as
be
well.
cruel and terrible for
All
a
right.
living.
We're going to montage this stuff. Team guard, you gotta say one thing that you yell to prove that you're horrible at yelling enough.
I smash your face!
That's really quite good.
You're
you
going
are
in the hole.
Excellent, Egbert.
You maggot!
Wonderful.
And then I breathe fire.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. You then have to hit the test dummy. Show what's your signature move with a truncheon. They give you a truncheon. His signature move. Go now.
Flying leg drop.
With a truncheon.
Unconventional, but they like it.
Flying crossbody forearm using the truncheon.
Very good. Very stylish. Prudence.
I spin around like a Tasmanian devil and like get in multiple hits with the truncheon.
They applaud you. They give you a promotion.
Ah, sweet. Good
They give you a nicer truncheon.
I
as
found my
part of your
vocation at
Your
last.
kit. You're
Being a
given your
horrible prison
uniforms.
guard.
Team prison. What are you doing? How are you getting arrested?
Okay, well, I think a way for it to be a relatively victimless crime is we wait for
Littering?
Prudence, Egbert, and Corazon to come out of the recruitment centre having been recruited as guards. And then I'm going to run up and just punch them in the face.
Okay, yeah, sure. Mate.
Victimless crime.
You said victimless crime.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
a
doesn't
strength
count
attack.
It doesn't count if it's within the party.
Maybe a strength attack, please.
I'd like to do the same, but what I would like to do is not actually hit them, is to do a kind of like acrobatic leap onto one of their backs, as if like, you know, like how the wrestlers of Geth who jump around and like pretend like they're hurting each other, but they're not actually doing that.
Okay.
So I'd like to do like leap onto like Egbert's back, because I know that
Wonderful.
he won't feel it as much.
Yep, Dex
Just be like,
acrobatics
"Ah!"
check, please, Merylwen.
Okay.
Wisdom insight check from you, please, Egbert, to see if you get that you're meant to be doing a JOB.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Dom, how does he do?
12 on the strength, so
Who?
I don't know if that's beating any armour classes, but it's certainly going to be a violent attack.
What's everyone's armor class?
15, baby.
12.
17.
Oh no, you punch Prudence in the face.
Oh no! Oh, what was that?
Have some of this, guards. That's for this is
Ow, my face.
This
I
is
say.
my-
Brigands are attacking us!
Merylwen. Give a fake name, quick.
Celine.
Celine, and I am Stanford, and we hate guards.
I
Prison
wrestle Dob
guards.
to the ground. I say, help! Help!
I say
the
you're
brigands.
going in the hole for this.
Got to make it look real. I cast Thunderwave.
My wisdom
right, you-
roll was a 3 minus 1, by the way.
Okay, right. Okay, you absolutely believe that you're under attack, Egbert. Merylwen, how was your Dex acrobatics roll?
It was a 17.
Okay, right. You do actually manage to sort of grapple on to Egbert. That Egbert is 100% convinced that he's under attack. Egbert, what do you do?
Spinning pile driver.
Spinning pile driver. Okay, make me a strength attack,
no.
please.
Oh no.
Prudence, you're not going to take any damage for being punched in the face by Dob, but you are certainly going to remember it.
Oh, God.
You don't feel great about
A
this.
very bloody nose, yeah.
Seeing my lifetime partner Celine under attack, I summon all of my strength to try and break free of Corazon's grip. Run to her aid.
When are they going to get to the fireworks factory?
Stanford and Celine are method.
Have you
Everyone
stopped
is
casting
method.
Thunderwave, then?
No.
Egbert, what was your roll?
Can do. No.
Egbert.
Very nearly an 18, but it dropped onto a 5 plus 4, so that's 9.
Okay, Merylwen, I'm assuming that you're...
Mine is a 15, yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. Miraculously don't get hurt. You sell the shot, though. You sell it big.
Celine, no! Oh, I can't believe it. We're going back to the old slammer. where's
A
the
bilious
justice?
guard kind of runs up with a chicken drumstick in one hand and a truncheon in the other. It's clearly just come off his lunch break.
I tried to trip him, legs out from under him.
All right, dexterity, acrobatics.
25.
He face plants, and he sort of stands himself up again, and he goes, "Right, you're all going to Alcatraz because you've been hired. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I'm something of a veteran. I'll show you around. Don't worry about it. And you two, you're going in as prisoners. Whoa!"
Celine, we would
And
have
then-
gotten away with it if it wasn't for the excellent work of these incredibly competent guards. Where did they find these folks?
Dang.
his blood is up, and the guard spends 25 minutes just repeatedly biffing Dob around the face with a chicken drumstick.
No, I'm vegetarian.
It is absolutely harrowing. You are covered in grease. It's going to take a while for that smell to get out.
That's
but
fine.
the good news is you're all off to prison.
Hooray!